What is up, guys? Welcome back. So today I want to talk about hiding your anxiety, and today I urge you to stop doing this. All right, it's a common issue. Either you've done it already or you're probably gonna do it in the future. I want to urge you to try not to do this because, in my personal opinion, I think it hurts us more than it helps, right? Sure, there's always going to be some risk or consequence with sharing with somebody that you care about or acquaintance or a stranger that you have anxiety, right? There are rude people out there. There are jerks. There are people that are going to have zero understanding, and they're going to hurt you. And I think for a lot of us, we experience that in the beginning, and then it closes us off, and we just really don't want to share with anybody else. But I'm here to tell you something that I learned was that it just hurt me. I grew more angry. I had more resentment. I felt more alone. I felt more isolated. There's nothing worse than being around a huge group of people and none of them there know that you struggle with anxiety and you feel like there's nobody there that you can talk to. It sucks. It hurts, okay? And I've definitely been there. But this video hopefully can urge you to start sharing. Now, by sharing, what do I mean? I don't mean going to every person that you see and saying, hey, my name is such and such and I have anxiety. No, I don't necessarily mean telling everybody at your work that you have anxiety. I don't necessarily mean having to tell somebody you're on a date with for the very first time that you have anxiety. I don't want that to be your icebreaker, right? I'm talking about the people that you really love, the people that you care about, and the people that you see on a daily basis. Those are the ones that I want you to share your struggles with. Now understand, and I've mentioned this in other videos, if they haven't gone through anxiety, they're not going to understand you 100%, and you have to be cool with that. You may get some puzzled looks, you may get some confusion, but along the way, you're gonna find some people that do support you. All right? So by hiding anxiety, you could be missing out on somebody that would be supportive. They don't have to understand 100% what you're going through to offer support, to be a shoulder to lean on, to have a hand you can hold, okay? So that's one consequence of hiding your anxiety. Also, there may be somebody in your life, a family, a friend, a coworker, something like that you work with often, that can actually relate with you because they have had panic attacks or they have had health anxiety. And that's a bonus. If you can find somebody like that in your life, man, that helps out a lot. All right, an anxiety buddy, somebody that you can relate with, somebody that you can physically talk to. I mean, these YouTube videos are cool, forums, Facebook groups are great, but if you can find a physical person in your life that you can relate with, that's awesome. But you're not gonna find somebody like that if you don't share your struggles with people that are close to you, okay? Resources, all right? Not everybody has a lot of money. A lot of you are young. A lot of you haven't told your parents, A lot of you are trying to get through school or get through college. A lot of you don't have the best job or the ideal job to get help. There are people in your life probably that would help you. Not everybody, okay? I'm not saying this is for everybody, but some of you out there have people in your life that could offer help to get you therapy, to get you a program, to get you into something that can benefit you for your mental health. How are you going to find that if you don't share? And I know a lot of people are prideful. They don't want to accept help. You deserve it. You deserve it because anxiety is pretty serious, right? And I'm going to go back to the fear of doing this and why we fear sharing, We don't want somebody to resent us. We don't want people to be rude, and I've gotten all the comments, right? I've told you guys before, just get over it. In my opinion, I think anxiety is just a weakness, man. It's just a mindset you got to get out of. Stop being lazy, and it's really interfered with my work. Like, I didn't ever tell my bosses at work that I had anxiety. I'd rather just quit, and not tell them, because I didn't want them to think that I was just lazy or not committed or, not a good worker, right? I think my dad, I didn't want to tell him for the longest time that I was going through anxiety just because I felt like like his aura and everything wouldn't match well. His energy wouldn't match well with me telling him. So I held off a long time telling him. There were some friends in my life that I held off on telling. But I got all the rude comments, either from family, so-called friends, definitely strangers, people at parties, drinking buddies. I got all the rude comments. Some of them didn't think they were being rude, but they were, all right? So we're throwing away the possibility to get support, to find somebody that we can relate with, somebody that can be resourceful to us, and also just getting it off your chest. And going back to the fear of people being rude to you, I want you to start viewing this as like a detox period. You're detoxing your environment. You're removing yourself from the people that are going to be rude to you, that are going to be ugly, that are going to say things like you're weak or just get over it. I parted ways with so-called friends, a lot of drinking buddies that weren't helping me out. There were some certain people in my family that it was just a better idea that I distanced from them, and it worked out amazing. I've been married for years now. I have 3 beautiful children, but whenever I was going through my anxiety, I was in a 4-year relationship with somebody else. And anxiety really highlighted the differences that we had in our relationship. And now I'm thankful that that happened, because I'm so happy with the woman that I'm with now, and I have beautiful kids. So it's like, it's easy, I guess, for me to say on the other side of anxiety that it can be a blessing in disguise, that it's a growing process, it's a transformation, and you're going to find out who really cares about you and who really loves you. It's hard to see that, I guess, when you're in the thick of it. But I'm telling you, turn this into a growth or a growing period, a growing season, a transformation. Let anxiety be a blessing in disguise for you. It's going to show you the people that really, really care. And I know there's some of you out there thinking, well, I don't have anybody that cares. They're out there. You'll find them. You got to make an effort to go find them. But there are people out there that will love you and care for you even though you have anxiety. So a big takeaway from this video is, don't let the fear of criticism or rudeness or ugliness or hatefulness keep you from sharing with the people that you see and care about in your life that you have anxiety. And you also have to understand there's a handful of consequences that come as well with not telling the people in your life that you have anxiety. There are a lot of behaviors that we have because of our stress levels, the symptoms that we deal with, the panic, the fear, the negative thinking, the thought process that we exhibit that are not, I don't want to necessarily say acceptable, but they're not smiled upon, right? If you're in a relationship and you're not telling this person that you have anxiety, but anxiety is causing you to have anger issues, if it's causing you to isolate yourself, if it's causing you to push away from that person, then that person's not going to be happy with you. You want to let that person know that you have anxiety. You don't have to let this person know on the first date, but if you're going to get into a pretty serious relationship, you need to let that person know. Otherwise, the relationship is probably going to fail. If you have people that you see all the time, okay, this could be just friends or family, they're going to think something is going on with you, and there's a good chance they won't necessarily think it's just anxiety. If you're not telling them that you have stress and anxiety, or you're dealing with panic or social or whatever type of anxiety you're dealing with, they're going to assume maybe you just have anger issues. They're going to think that you're just weird, And I'm not saying that it's right for them to think that, but I don't think people understand the seriousness of anxiety and what it can make us do. They like to compare anxiety to anxiety that they've had in their past. So they think anxiety is just nervousness, a little bit of sweatiness, sweaty palms or butterflies in their stomach. They don't realize how serious it is. So they're going to think other stuff. They may jump to the conclusion that you're losing your mind, or you're being weird, or you're doing this for attention, or you have anger issues, or they're going to assume you just don't want to have anything to do with them if you're kind of isolating yourself and pushing them away. So there's consequences to that, to not sharing with family and friends. And I'll go back to the job thing real quick before we wrap this up. I often think, what if I would have told, there was a couple of jobs that were really amazing that I had, And now looking back, I'm pretty sure those managers or my bosses would have worked with me to help me out if I would have just let them know. But my pride, my stubbornness kept me from sharing. There was a little bit of fear that maybe they wouldn't hire me, or maybe that they'd fire me because I had anxiety. But now looking at it, that's just ridiculous. But it was more so my pride and stubbornness kept me from letting them know that I was going through that, because I didn't want them to think that I was a weak person or anything like that, because I had heard that so many times. But by not telling them, they're going to assume that I'm just not committed, that I'm not wanting to work hard, that maybe I'm a lazy person, I'm not trying to be there long term. So again, if you have a boss, there's nothing wrong with letting them know, hey, I struggle with anxiety sometimes. I love this job. I love working here. I am committed, but I do struggle from time to time, and I just want to be honest with you and keep this line of communication open. But I challenge you today, if there's somebody in your life that you want to tell that you haven't told, make today to the day. Because some of it is just letting steam off, getting that weight off your chest. Do it today. Do it today. It's worth it. Trust me. And what's the worst thing that can happen? You find out that they're a horrible person, Detox. So I hope you got a lot out of this video. If you watched this far, I want you to go down below in the comment section, and I want you in all caps to put, I will not hide my anxiety. I will not hide my anxiety. And if you are looking for recovery, if you're looking for a plan, a strategy, a way out of this, go check out my course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp, down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. I really believe it could help you. It's already helping tons of people. I share reviews on my community feed. I share reviews in the Facebook groups, share reviews on Instagram. People are getting a lot out of this course. I want you to be a part of that. And the great thing is, it's extremely affordable. You can do your research, go look at other anxiety courses. They're really, really high priced, and they're not putting as much content into it as I do. So check that out. Online therapy, we talked about resources. Online therapy is also going to be down below in the description. Check that out if you've never done online therapy. You can do it on the phone, the laptop, the PC. It's convenient. You don't even have to leave your house. My Facebook groups, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff is going to be down below. Join me on all my socials. If you've been watching me for a long time, I really, really appreciate it. And just do me a huge favor today. Follow me on all my social media that I have down there. If you have those socials, if you have the Twitter, the Snapchat, the Instagram, the TikTok, all that stuff, and you haven't followed me, go down below, do that. And also, please turn on notifications so whenever I put these videos out, and you guys been seeing that I've been uploading more, I don't want you to miss a thing, so do that. But remember to like this video if you got some value. I may be uploading another video today, I haven't decided, but I'm going to put the video that I did yesterday up right here, so if you missed that, please check that video out. But until next time, guys, keep fighting. I love you all.